Good day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we're doing fantabulously alright. Yeah, Tinubu has been affirmed victorious at the Supreme Court by the 7 panel of judges led by Justice Inyang John Okoro. That is no longer news. But that doesn't stop Tinubu's ordeals from occurring, okay? There are lots of things that are supposed to happen to him in October, which includes the subsequent release of his criminal records by the Federal Bureau for Investigation, FBI, in the US on 30th of October 2023, which is plus or minus few days from now. That case alone has been countlessly giving Bola Tinubu sleepless nights, all right? And to that effect, we had stumbled over a particular update that says that Bola Tinubu has actually tried his best to stop the FBI from releasing his criminal records, but he's yet to have a grip on that. What he could just succeed in doing were the fact that the FBI were actually stopped by a court in the US from releasing the records immediately, but they will be eventually released. To that effect, we actually laid hands on, I think, Frank Shaibu, an aide to Atiku Abubakar, who actually made this known, okay, to the general public. And that is very, very simple. You hardly see these things come out because Bola Tinubu thinks nobody is keeping tabs on him, nobody looks at what he does. But he has sent his lawyers to the US to appeal that his criminal records should not be let out to the general public, but it's too late. Frank Shaibu, an aide to Atiku Abubakar, has said that President Bola Tinubu is seeking to stop the US Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, from releasing files related to him and his criminal past. In a statement, Shaibu actually said that Tinubu's lawyers in the US have filed motions to appear in an ongoing Freedom of Information lawsuit brought before the FBI and Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, to release documents which would reveal the president's real identity. Shaibu and Christopher Carmichael, one of the lawyers who represented Bola Tinubu in the recent Chicago State University CSU records case, filed the motion dated in October. Now the truth remains that Shaibu revealed that Tinubu had attempted to hide details, and this attempt to hide details were unbecoming and showed he was concealing something very, very secretive. According to Shaibu, he thinks that it is time for all Nigerians to express serious concern about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if at all that is his real name, according to Frank Shaibu. Frank Shaibu refused to come clean on the details of whatever his settlement with the American authorities were. That is talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Frank Shaibu felt that after having an agreement with the US authorities amid Tinubu's drug trafficking probe, Tinubu has refused to come out clean to accept the fact that he once was probed for narcotic dealings in the US. Now, an attempt is being made, according to Frank Shaibu, to reveal the true details of the criminal investigation, but Bola Tinubu has gone ahead to try and block it. Frank Shaibu, the aide to Atiku Abubakar, asked the United States authorities to deny Tinubu's request and release all files relating to the president. Bola Tinubu had attempted to stop Chicago State University from releasing his academic records, but his request was denied by the courts. So, all said and done, it is now evident that Bola Tinubu is hiding something in the US. If he isn't hiding anything, why will he try for his criminal records not to be released to the general public for whatever reason? Are they so secretive that you don't want the general public to know what you do? Are they so secretive that you don't want people who support you in government to know what you did in the past or what you do till date? Are you trying to be transparent, or you're trying to hold lots of secrets that would haunt you in the near future? That's that on that particular update. Kenneth Okonkwo, member of the OB30 Presidential Campaign Council and also one of the members of the council representing the Labour Party, at the petition filed against Bola Tinubu, the APC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has spoken after the judgment of the Supreme Court today. Kenneth Okonkwo feels or seems so bitter, of course, as it should be, over the judgment that was ruled today by the Supreme Court. He has casted doubts over this judgment, and he also drew the attention of the general public on why he feels that the Supreme Court judges, the 7-man panel of Supreme Court judges today, didn't say anything about the forfeiture of $460,000 by Bola Tinubu sometime in the US, which happens to be part of the prayers of the petitioners. Please stay tuned for Kenneth Okonkwo.
As a fine imposed on the second respondent for the proceeds of narcotics and money laundering by the District Court of Illinois. I sat down too. I did not hear it. And I wonder whether that was swept under the carpet or was an oversight, because the lead judgment was detailed on all other issues. And they said all the issues there have been overtaken by event in all our own issues. And I did not hear the issue of the forfeiture. And so that's why I said I disagree respectfully, even though the decision is binding.
The 4% issue has also been laid to rest.
Yes, it has been laid to rest. The Supreme Court has the authority to interpret the Constitution. It is their prerogative as the arm of government imbued with the power to interpret. That is the interpretation they have given to it, and it is binding on us all. That's what I'm going to say on it.
What's your take on the reasoning of IRA? How does it going to affect our future elections?
That is very interesting, because the only paragraph the Supreme Court brought to the notice of the world, which was quite interesting, is that even the Supreme Court agreed that non-uploading of the result on IRA reduced the confidence of the people in the election. I heard it clearly. Meaning that even the Supreme Court agrees that the election was not credible, or as credible as it ought to have been if the result was uploaded. So credibility is one of the 3 arms of an election for the people. Free, fair, and credible. Credible means believable. Why shut out the people for the rights the law has given unto them? So I was very glad that the Supreme Court pointed it out, that not uploading of the result reduced the confidence of Nigerians in it, meaning that it cannot be presumed to be credible because Nigerians were shut out in it. So I loved that particular part.
All right, Kenneth Okonkwo there, and he said the truth. I don't know why none of the judges spoke about the forfeiture of $460,000. Well, it was very, very evident that the justice was subverted in the court, and everything was dismissed under the pretext or under the grounds of technicalities. In order not to allow fresh wounds to come to mind, let's go up to the next update. David Hundeyin, investigative journalist who has been on the run from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has spoken on the issue surrounding Bola Tinubu certificate saga and its alleged implications on the democratic system in Nigeria. The repercussions are grave. Please, let us stay tuned for David Hundeyin in an interview.
There's a critical deficit of people with influence in Nigeria now, who are actually prepared to put the country over the individual. So it's now a case of the entire Nigerian government is now being monopolized by a single individual. Wow. I don't think people realize how dangerous this is. It's not a matter of Tinubu being president for 8 years or 4 years. That's not the issue. The issue is that what Nigeria was supposedly running away from in 1998, after Abacha died, is exactly what we're about to get into now, right? The entire reason why PDP was created, the rotational power principle was created, all those things was to prevent any single individual from becoming as powerful as Abacha was ever again. That is exactly what is happening
now. Yeah.
Wow.
But instead of doing it by the butt of a gun, he's doing it using money and using influence. So I guess people don't realize how dangerous it is. It's not a case of whether Tinubu is a good person or a bad person. It's a case of what you are having, what is building up in front of us is a one-party state. It's a dictatorship. But because it's not wearing military uniform and holding a gun, people don't seem to realize how dangerous it is.
All right, David Hundein has really brought out the reasons why he feels that this Tinubu certificate saga will be very disastrous on our democracy. No one is saying Bola Tinubu is bad, but his records are awful. It's not a debate about whether he is good or he's bad. Nobody's debating whether he is good or no. That's not anybody's business too. The main issue at hand here is what his formal image would make Nigerians appear as in other nations around the globe, and other implications that would come up after he has left office, because lots of politicians would like to toe this particular route next time they have any petition in any of the courts. They will make reference to this particular case file. They will make reference to this petition. Then, just then, our constitution will have been in shambles. That is that on that particular update. Please don't forget to like our videos. Don't forget to share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. If you're watching me for the first time, please tap the subscribe button you could see, and then also tap the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new update, you'll be privileged to be amongst the first group of people to know. Wouldn't you love that? See you next time. Bye.